They say success is the best revenge. Heard they were sleeping again, say it no more.
Spider-Man, es Spider-Man. Y dale, dale, dale. Hoy no más. Y para todo el multiverso sonidero.
Shit play, yeah, let it be my theme song. Let it keep me going. Lately they've been saying I'ma be something, and I just tell them, yeah, I'm already knowing. So let the shit play, let it play, yeah, let it be my theme song. Let it keep me going, let it keep me going. Lately they've been saying I'ma be something, and I just tell them, yeah, I'm already knowing. Sometimes you gotta risk it all. Say fuck the world and raise the stakes. You'll never come up if every bet is safe to make. They'll never feel me till I take this shit from state to state, cause it's just a story till I go and tell them face to face and make it real. So let the rookie take the field, show me where the target at, I line the shot and take the kill. I truly hope the music I create can make you heal, cause as a baby that's the shit that Shady made me feel. And back then I said I wouldn't work now. I guess it's kinda funny how this shit works out, cause I'm counting up my money soon as work gets out. And when I see there ain't enough, I say this couldn't work out like that.
Crypto YouTube. What's going on? Crypto Stud here with another banger. Been some pretty ugly PA, I must say. I did kind of notice something. I've noticed it in the past previously, and I do want to go over it kind of in my video tonight with exo charts and just kind of very aggressive longs. People being very aggressively longing basically breakout candles, green breakout candles, like it's already topped out, and then they long it, and then, you know, we get to the top of the range and then they get squeezed and we fall to the bottom of the range. This is kind of a prime example for me to go over this twice. It happened to us twice. It's been a really choppy, very choppy price action. I mean, technically it's, you know, $2,000 price move and not the greatest thing, but there hasn't been like a real trend, you know, like we've had in the past previous couple swing fail patterns where we had like an actual trend. I do want to get into that a little bit more, and then I kind of want to I'm leaning a bit bearish now, just a little bit. I'm still trying to give it to the bulls. They can still fight. The weekend's almost here. You know, the dollar is just taking an absolute beating. So let's dive into the charts in this video and see if there's something we can find that gives us a bullish perspective and allows us to possibly add to our long and look for, you know, something higher. So stay tuned. Welcome to the crypto universe, where possibilities sparkle like stars. With the belief that God is great, God is good, we embark on this exciting journey through blockchain and cryptocurrency. Carry hope and positivity as we navigate this dynamic world together. Whether in sunlight or seeking a beacon at night, may your heart be filled with peace, love, and a promise of prosperity. Join me on my channel as we unlock crypto mysteries with curiosity and bold hearts. Here's to success, understanding, and a touch of magic on our path. May your days shine bright, your spirit be light, and your investments flourish. Now let's dive into today's crypto adventure. So yeah, I don't have really anything for housekeeping based. I do have Nexus kind of thrown on my indicator now. I'm pretty much wrapped up this. I got a couple more additions I want to add to it, but it's looking pretty clean. It's getting there. It's looking really clean. It's more so just like brushing it up, making it look better. There's a few options that I'm gonna just hide these shifts. I was gonna do the shifts here. I'm actually gonna take them out. I'm just gonna make it automatically shift. And maybe in the future I might add it. Basically what the shift was is it just shift these labels around, so you could have it like really close to the candles in the median of the candle, or you know, far out, kind of like this weekly open and de-open and such are in here. So I think I'm just gonna hide that. I'm trying to make it pretty generic and basic. Also you have the you have the automatic Fibonacci retracement levels, which I still having a couple issues with that. It's kind of overlapping, so I'm working through that at the moment. But it's coming along really well. I hope to push this. I really want to push this tonight. I don't know if I'll get to it. Making this video, editing this video, and getting this video out is probably going to be my biggest priority tonight. But maybe by the time the end of the weekend comes, I know it's just been, I keep pushing it back. But I'm really trying to make it a good update. There's still a couple other updates I'm going to add to it, but I really just want to have this update be clean, useful, and good to use right off the bat with no bugs or any issues. But granted, there probably will be some bugs. There always is, right? So I'm going to have a couple news articles I'm going to go over, and then we're going to look at stocks. The dollar we're going to look at. We had a pretty big move on the dollar today. We had a really big move on S&P, and we had a really nice move on Dow and NASDAQ. So there's been pretty much some good moves in regards to those. So I do kind of want to look at that. And then, of course, we're going to look at Bitcoin. And then I'm gonna look at Tesla. I've been eyeing Tesla. It's kind of a big day for Tesla today, and it's kind of another news article that I'm gonna bring up with it as well. But we'll look at Tesla, and then we're gonna do our random indicator. It's Thursday, so we're gonna do a random indicator, and then we'll be off to the races, right? I still am doing 45% off sale for the group. I had a few new members join. Please contact me if you have any questions or issues. A few of you haven't connected to Discord yet, so make sure you take full advantage of that, so that you can get the whole entire, the membership, the whole entire membership, everything from the indicator, the course, and the group. We have a great group of guys and girls, and we're just killing it daily. I also do want to give a big shout out for all the subscribers and love. I appreciate it. It means the world to me. I am going to be doing a big giveaway for 20,000 subs. I will be doing a full membership giveaway, and then I am going to do either a 30-minute or an hour private call, and we can hop on Discord or whatever you would like to, and we can just talk. We can chat. We can chat charts. We can chat trading. Whatever you want to chat about, we can talk about. And then I think that would be really huge to do. So I'm going to do 2 different giveaways. I'll probably make the membership giveaway, kind of like what I've done in the past, where I just give out the promo code, and then whoever gets it first gets it. And then I might do a promotion within the group first, and then possibly if you comment or like or probably comment and you're subscribed, and that will kind of enter you into like a giveaway, like raffle giveaway for either 30 minutes or an hour of my time of just whatever it could be. It could be, we could talk about some charts that you like to look at, my indicator. If you're in the group and you need help with the indicator, we can talk about the indicator. It's really just, all out, whatever goes, in the realms of legality, and, just kind of help you be better at trading with respect to both our privacies, right? So yeah, I think that'd be really nice to do something different. I don't know. I mean, I've been in the crypto space a long time, and I haven't really seen anybody really do something like that. And then also on top of that, I do want to do like a get together with the group, like a coffee date type thing, where we all just kind of hang out for 45 minutes. Maybe I'll stream like a video game or Yu-Gi-Oh or something just like relax, chill, and we could just shoot the shit and talk whatever. We can also talk charts. We could also look at a bunch of charts and just dive into charts as well. The sky's the limit with that. I'm a very freely person. I let mostly anything go in my group. Anything that's legal and respectful, to other people is kind of, everything goes. I believe in free speech. I believe in your own opinion. And that's just how it is. So anyways, let's get into today's video. All right. We're going to start off with news, and then we're going to hop into the charts. So let's do it. All right. We got quite a bit of news. I'm going to try to get through it diligently, make this a good, good long video with lots of info, but not long, right? So Tesla stock falls on reported robotaxi delay while Uber and Lyft shares rise. So interesting enough, I actually spoke in my last video about possibly taking profits on your long position on Tesla that I had spoke about a few months prior to take a position on Tesla long. So, that was great. And then I had even more info based on this kind of FUD. I don't know where this came from. The report will cause negative knee-jerk reaction to the EV market, stock analysts say. So Elon Musk actually never came out and said that they were delayed or not. So it's kind of still up in the air as to why. But nonetheless, Tesla stock took a beating today. We'll go over that as well. The CPI fell in June, great, but the Fed wants confirmation from its favorite inflation gauge. The Fed could cut interest rates soon if the PCE index also shows slowing inflation. So that's coming out soon as well. That'd be kind of nice to see what that gives us. Again, indication if we do cut rates, I feel like Bitcoin's off to the races. So that does bode well, possibly for Bitcoin. It doesn't bode well for the dollar, though. The dollar will probably take a beating if we're cutting rates, right? Oil prices end higher as CPI data boost Fed rate cut expectations. So now, if you didn't get the CPI report today, we actually came in at 3%, which was flat. We were projected to be 3.1%, so it was even better than expected. Interesting enough to see price action as it was today. S&P pretty much went to all-time high and then swung fail. It went to the deep depths of hell, basically, and Bitcoin did the same, and so did Nas. Nas took an awful beating. I think it's a healthy pullback. I don't really think we're in the midst of a bear market yet, although Bitcoin is pretty much holding on to the cliff right now, and it makes me very cautious right now. This is probably the first time in a long time that I've actually haven't been comfortable in a position that I'm currently in. Costco's customers are already scheming ways to make up for the $5 membership fee hike. So Costco did raise their fees, their membership fees, and the stock actually suffered quite a bit today. So that's unfortunate. Post CPI rally in Treasury sends 2- and 10-year yields to lowest closings levels since March. It kind of followed the same with what the dollar does. It kind of had the same perception of that. Again, with CPI going down, rates will be cut. Treasury yields will also take a beating if that starts happening. Dollar General to pay $12 million fine and take steps to make its stores safer. Dollar store chain agrees to hire more safety managers, ensuring exits not blocked, among other things. Interesting. I thought it would be nice to add that. In regards to crypto news, how digital collectibles are shaping athletes' legacies. NFTs and blockchain-based gaming are transforming the way we connect with pro sports. So interesting article there as well. Crypto bulls frustrated as Bitcoin and stocks recouple to the downside. Again, as I spoke about shortly ago, everything kind of took a weird beating today. S&P, Nas both rallied to all-time highs and then just kind of whiffed it, unfortunately. But we've been going up for weeks on end, so I think it's a healthy pullback. I don't think we're in this doom and gloom session yet, to say the least. So Germany almost done selling Bitcoins, holding less than 5,000 tokens after latest move. So good to hear that. The markets have been Bitcoin's been kind of holding out in like somewhat holding on for dear life as they've been selling, and they've sold the most recently too. So within the last couple of days, and Bitcoin's held up pretty darn good, right? And that might be the reason for a bad PA. So anyways, yep, that's the news. We're going to jump into the stocks. Dollar, we're going to start with the dollar now and go from there. All right, so we go ahead and pulled up the dollar. And interesting enough, we pretty much got to the area that I was speaking about in the last couple of videos, that I kind of important level that we've reached. So we're going to just jump through everything and see what we can find here. Weekly's kind of a neutral posture right now. Can't really get much of a read on that right now with this move down. The day is bearish, was very bearish. It's not good at all. 12 hours starting to turn back over. Oh, we had the volatility expanded. See that volatility right there? Oh, then we had a nice move down. Ironically, it just so happened came when CPI report came out. That made it even better, right? Made it even sweeter. We were setting up the charts for it. 8 hours looking pretty bearish as well, but I mean, these are all starting to bottom out to some extent. So I would say I'd get a bit more cautious with the dollar as of recently. 4 hours looking pretty darn good now. 2 hours looking kind of good. It's hard to tell this time around. I would lean a bit more bearish on the dollar just with how, you know, inflation rate and the CPI report went down, and overall, yeah, I mean, stocks have been rallying like crazy, and that normally leads to the dollar being weak when the S&P is doing well. So I still have the basis of us going down. I don't see reason why to change that. Now, we did tap this order block on the 1 day, so we could have a nice little pullback up, you know, up to this area before we start going back down. But ideally, I am still looking a bit bearish on the dollar. I have not quite flipped bullish on it yet. But we're getting awfully close to a possibility. Maybe we get a swing fail of this bottom right here, this bottom of this range right here, and then that kind of completes that move down for us. So it'd be kind of an area I'd be looking for, is kind of like where this you know, circle is right now. But we had a great bounce from this order block right here, so that's always great to see. But yeah, so I'm still leaning a little bearish on the dollar. Let's look at NASDAQ. Yeah, look at this sucker. It's not, oh man. I mean, it's still an upward, you know, trend, so it's still looking beautiful. Check out the weekly. Weekly still looking beautiful. I think this is just a temporary pullback, like I stated earlier. Daily is starting to turn over just a little bit, but we're not quite there yet. 12 hour, the same concept, not quite there. We still have a bullish posture on this. So 6 hours starting to turn over a bit. 4 hours starting to turn over a little bit too. So I think in the near term, we could possibly have a pullback, somewhat of a pullback. Pullback leading us back down. I don't see why we can't get back down to this weekly pivot. We could get down to this weekly pivot. That'd be kind of a nice, this little bounce right here would be kind of nice. We're going to go ahead and save this and see if we can see it in the next video as a potential area for us to get to. Now, this kind of can lead to us having the opportunity for Bitcoin to play catch up on S&P and NASDAQ, having this bull run session going on. He'll give it a little bit of time for Bitcoin to catch up. So that's kind of good in a sense to see these pulling back. Higher time frames are still really strong, but it doesn't lead me to believe that we can't pull back and get closer to this area right here before we make another move of the high. So I'm leaning near term, I'm leaning bearish on NAS. Long term, I'm still pretty bullish on it, but we do need a pullback. S&P. Oops. Weekly's looking beautiful on S&P still. Let's see the daily. Daily's looking pretty darn good. Just starting to turn over. 12 hours just starting to turn over, but still bullish. 8 hour, kind of the same concept as NAS. Everything is starting to turn over on the lower time frame. So I think we could be due for a pullback. We do have a bearish divergence, bullish divergence on the 2 hour. So we're going to let that play out first. But these lower time frames are due for a rally, and then the higher time frames are also looking pretty darn good as well. So for me, I would lean a bit bullish on S&P more so than NAS. This 2 hours looking pretty darn good. I mean, that you can't deny that that's not looking pretty beautiful right there. Let's see the 1 hour. 1 hour is looking pretty darn good too. Yeah. This is looking beautiful. I think we're ready to run back to the top again. 6 hour is a little frightening, and the 8 hours look a little frightening, but these lower time frames are ready for us to pull back, possibly get back in this area before we, you know, move back down, reset, and then head back up, right? So I'm still bullish on S&P. I have no reason to not be. All right, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's been pretty tough for us here. There's a lot of things that have been going on. Let's look at high block real quick. There's a lot. It's very mixed. This Bitcoin's pretty mixed right now. This price action's been very choppy and just not the best. We're pretty much have a neutral read on high block right now. There's really nothing leading us to believe that we go one way or the other. So price action is a bit choppy with it. So I had spoke about in the beginning of my video kind of a reason where we're getting this like awful price action. Basically, we're getting all these longs come and open up at the top of the range, and then practically price gets pushed back down for them to close it, and then it's kind of a rinse and repeat. So we had that yesterday, happened the day before yesterday, where we rose up, had all these longs come into the market, shorts closed out. Oh, shorts also closed out of here, had all these longs come in the market almost to the tippity top, and then they pretty much got squeezed out. And then the same concept today, rose up to the top here, but the shorts weren't as aggressively closing as they were on the other one. But longs were very aggressive. Longs aggressively opened up, and now we're at the point where a majority of these longs who did opened up here at the top are pretty much underwater. So when you're looking for positions and trades to take, you need to make sure that there's a healthy level of longs in the market if you're looking for a long position, or a healthy level of shorts in the market when you're looking for short positions, because those can be counter traded. All these people who longed up at the top are being squeezed out of their positions as we go down lower, which again, that feeds to the shorts, right? So just food for thought. Keep that in mind when you're looking at XO, when you're taking this consideration. If in my video, there's been multiple times I've called, hey, this is a great area to short. And the reason being is the shorts pretty much are moving the market up, and then there's no open interest for the net longs coming in. And at that same time, there's no longs coming in. There's no liquidity coming up to the top to hold that there, right? But at the same time, when you're getting to levels of, top of the range levels, and you have aggressive longs coming in the market and they get stuck up here, and then we start falling back down, they get squeezed out. So few concepts here, right? You have shorts who are closing at the bottom of the range, pushing the price up, which is bearish. So there's no, the bottom of the range you should see a healthy level of longs coming in the market to hold you kind of want to think of it as like holding the market up, right? You have these longs coming in at support to hold the market up. Well, when you have shorts closing out to hold the market up, that doesn't really end well. It doesn't end well because it's not real. These shorts closing out is pumping up the price, and then it's just falling back down. That's when shorts start really coming in again. And the longs are just like, what, this isn't for me. I'm not going to take a position of that. So you want to make sure that when you're looking for positions to take, you want there to be healthy level of longs coming in the market. This is a prime example right here. You see this level, these like little levels of longs coming in the market. And as soon as we did that, we started going to the top here. And then on top of that, we had these shorts starting to close out where at the top of the resistance. Now, it's probably not the best. It's not the best example because we did fall back into the range. We had even more aggressive longs coming in at the top. So you kind of want to see this to be like maybe a quarter of this bar, like where my cursor is right here. Like just, continually, gradually building. It's a building block. You want building blocks of longs coming into the market to hold up, to prop up, the price. So when you get these horny longs coming in at the top of the market, and then they're just stacking up at literally the resistance level, and then price starts going back down on them, then they got to pull out. They're pulling out their longs, and then they're losing money. They're underwater right now. So same concept now. All these longs who opened up over here, I mean, that's 1,000, it's 1,500 price move, down. So they're underwater 1,500 points. And sitting in this position. Now, imagine if we went lower. Like, what if we went down to 54 and all these longs are up here? They would have to close out. So just something to look for, like you want, when you're looking for areas to long, you want to see the health, the healthiness of that move being played. So, if you get to support and you just see shorts coming into the market, it's not going to prop it up, right? You want building blocks. You want to see longs coming in slowly, building the price up, right? I wish I could kind of give a good example of the opposite with like shorts. Like you want shorts building block type thing, but we are at the bottom of the range, so it's not we're not really having that aggressive of a short. So possibly in another video, once we get back up to like, $1 billion, we'll take a look at, shorts being aggressive, right? Once we get to that $1 billion mark, we'll look at that and then we can discuss that then, right? But in the meantime, since we're at 57,000 and we're not at $1 billion, we'll have to look at the building blocks, hopefully the building blocks of us going higher with regards to EXO. So I just thought that was something nice and useful for anybody who, can see that. I don't know, a lot of people don't probably use EXO, and EXO can be kind of pricey, but for the ones who do have EXO, it's always good to take note of that. I use EXO really quite a bit. It helps me get into position. It helps me identify trends. It helps me just identifies where would be a good spot for me to get into a position. So that's how I always trade with it, right? And then, using high block and then swing fail and just everything in general, right? You have a whole bunch of things that confluence that helps you get the trade, right? Anyways, so enough of that. Hopefully you understand. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So I kind of, just seeing this is just kind of, it's just so ugly. It's just ugly seeing this. Like, you get all this hopium here. You're like, hey, yeah, we're going on the moon. We're flying. We're going to fly to the moon. And then you start getting up here and then you hit your head on this. And it's not really, it's not the greatest place to hit your head on. I would have really liked to see 60,000 and see what the reaction was there, but here we are hitting 59,400. And then it's just like a slow snail pace down to the bottom of the range again. Well, the reason for that is you have all these longs coming in here just trying to, catch the trade because they think we're going to go to $1 million right off the bat, right? And then they kind of just get forced out. We come back to the bottom of the range here, test around this area, had a little bit of volatility yesterday. And then into the night, we come down to this area right here. Nice swing fill pattern of this low right here. Get into that. Low volume brings us back up to the top. CPI report comes out. CPI report's really good. Gives us the initial, the rest of this initial move. And then what do? We swing fill the top side of this. So it's great, when you're looking for just scalp trades like that. Like, those are two really good scalp trades. You could take the short, you could have taken the scalp down here at the bottom when we bounced off this order block down here and taken that position. Like, there's a lot of great trades, but for me, I'm more of a swing trader. So, for a couple days or a couple weeks, I might just be like, clenching my cheeks to just, at some point just pray that my position continues to stay in and my position continues to go higher, in this case. Now, when I did the short, I had a couple days, it wasn't this aggressive, like it wasn't this much chop, but I had a couple days of like where it was kind of close. Do I add more? Do I wait? How does this look? Do I get out? Do I take profits? And that's like the biggest thing of a trader is, what you have to identify what you see and then go from there and pick your battles, right? Like, do I take profits and then wait for another good position to get into? What if I don't get that position again, right? It's a lot of, what if. So one thing that I do really well is I hedge my positions as much as I can. Like, I still have my big short in that I've done in my previous videos. I still have that in. I have this long in now. And, at the end of the day, if my long doesn't work out, I still have my short playing and paying me money. And that's how sometimes you have to trade the markets. But I'm assuming that we continue to go higher, but we're going to analyze the chart and just see. But right now we're playing a range. And it's always great to long the bottom of the range, short the top of the range, and then play it as is, right? So my biggest concern though for Bitcoin right now is the fact that the higher time frames momentum that we had is kind of just stalling out. So I talk highly of the weekly. The weekly still pointing down, which we know that it's going to take a little bit of time for that to even think about turning around or doing anything. Now the daily is kind of getting in this little constriction area of where just consolidating, you know, like it's very tight, consolidating, not really much momentum coming from the daily, but this is kind of choppy, you know, having it like this, kind of just sitting straight flat line like that. So when we do see a flat line like that on the daily, or any time frame for that matter, you drop down to the next time frame. So that would be the 12-hour, you know, we had a nice little move up, but again, momentum is starting to get exhausted. We're starting to run out of steam. We're literally in a neutral zone right now on the 12-hour. But look, I mean, when we were down here, look how much room we had to run. And now after all that, we're practically at the same price point that we were, you know, we're close enough, 1,000 points or so, 2,000 points, give or take. But we're practically where we were then. And this has just over exhausted almost to the halfway point. You know, it's hard to see that when you're trading and you're trying to look for a good position longing. It's hard to see that. Now you drop down to the 8-hour, and the 8-hour is starting to coil up. It doesn't look great. You know, for Bitcoin, it does not look good seeing that, especially when it starts pointing down. We go to the 6-hour, it's going to be pointing down. Right? Okay, so we're starting to point down now. We're flatlining it though. We're kind of flatlining it. Hold on just a second. Let me get some water. But yeah. So unfortunately, we're flatlining on this, but being up in this range flatlining, I don't like seeing that. It's neutral. It's a neutral zone, but it normally doesn't end well for you. So the 4 hours point down already. So we have aggressive bearish, you know, bearishness going on there. 2-hour it's looking better than it did. I mean, it's lowered on this from that move up. We swung fill this area, and that was a great position to take too as well. You could have just taken it off the 2-hour, and then we had bearish divergence. Took a little bit of time to play out, but you know, we came back down, found some support, came back up barely. We almost broke out of this high right here, but it doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. I'm pretty much to the point where like we need to start having some candle closures within, you know, 59. I would like to see maybe a daily closure up here to really put some confidence in my position and add more to my long possibly. The other caveat to this is, you know, us coming back down here. Unfortunately, it's a possibility. Sad to say, but it's still a possibility. We could come down here, wick here, get some volatility going, some liquidations going, some liquidity grabs, and then skyrocket back to the top. So it's very icky right now, and it's very hard to really analyze the chart and like give a bias to what way we're going. But for me, I'm still looking at this daily. This daily is still somewhat pointing up. And it gives me some conviction that we can still move up. But am I like overly bearish or overly bullish? No. I'm in a neutral posture right now, which, you know, it happens. I won't ever know, you know, where we're going or how we're going. But I'm kind of taking what I see in this higher time frame. This is still pointing up. It's starting to flatline, but we're not there yet. So I'm taking that into consideration that we still have some juice to go higher. But again, if we just keep playing around in this little range right here, the bulls are going to get tired and they're going to give up. So unfortunately, it's not much to go off of for this. We're at the bottom of the range. I'm still looking for us to go higher. I would really like to see 63. This order block right up here is looking beautiful. But you know, the more we just kind of sit here and be null and mess around, the more I'm leaning for us to go lower to grab some liquidity. Unfortunately, as much as that hurts to say, I don't really see anything that's super bullish. We had a bullish divergence on the 8-hour right here, and it played perfectly. I mean, we had to move all the way back up to the top, so that was a beautiful play right there. But, you know, we're not really seeing any indications of like us actually having a bullish posture. Let's drop down to like the 15 minutes, see if there's anything temporary. I mean, every little bump, every little bounce we're getting, we're just getting eaten up. 15 doesn't really have anything. 30-minute, see, it's just flatline on the 30-minute too. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. But I think, you know, if we could get into the dollar is kind of still in a bullish posture for us right now, or bearish posture right now for us. I'm still leaning a bit bearish on the dollar, and that kind of signifies that we still have a possibility for Bitcoin to rally and do something for us. But I'm in a pretty neutral stance on it right now. I don't really, you know, I need some candle closures at the high. I need some conviction to tell me that, like, hey, you know, we're going higher. We keep hitting off the top of this area. Granted, we have 3 tests of the high, or 2 tests of the high, so that's good conviction. But at the same time, you know, we have almost 3 tests of the low. Like, you know, it just doesn't really, just looks ugly to me. Looks very ugly to me. It kind of reminds me of some like bearish price action, which I hope we don't get into yet. But with how things have just been looking, I mean, we could go back into a bear market, you know, a bear market time. We go to the weekly, and I mean, you can't deny how much we've gone up. You know, like, it's been a year of going up practically since September. Like, market cycle. It's not always going to be up. But you can't deny, you just can't deny like seeing this look like this. So food for thought on that. I think we did already touch the weekly P for the day, for the week, didn't we? Yeah, we're using it. Not really using it as anything. It's kind of like that thing where when we open up in weekly P, we kind of just, you know, range, and we're kind of having that same concept again this time. I spoke about that in a couple videos ago, a few weeks ago. Pretty much when price opens up within the area, we kind of just chop around, and that's what we're doing right now. You know, chop around in a $2,000 price range, but still the same concept applies. You know, look for longs at the bottom of the range, short at the top of the range, see how it goes, wait till one side breaks out. But I would like to start seeing some like volatility signature coming in. We're not really getting any of that. That kind of would help us indicate possibly breaking the range or breaking out of the range, break out, break down, whatever it may be. But we don't have that coming up on any of the charts yet either. So I don't really expect much move of anything, to be honest with you. But I am pretty neutral on it, but I am leaning a bit more bullish. So, but I'm uncertain, right? Very neutral setup with it. But yeah, I mean, we just gotta let it develop more. We hit the bottom of the range, bounced off of it. We just gotta let it develop more. I actually had this on here before, and you know, bounced right off of it. So we just gotta see. We'll see what time brings us, right? Let's take a look at Tesla. Ooh. So we didn't even get to this area. I kind of wanted us to get up here. We almost got up there, but not quite. Weekly still looking pretty beautiful. So, I mean, it's kind of looking like a healthy retrace. Daily starting to turn over though a little bit, not quite though. 12 hours starting to turn over, not quite though. 8 hours starting to turn over. Everything's looking pretty bad. Yeah, I'm getting pretty bearish on Tesla after looking like this. Not looking good. Yeah, I'm leaning a bit bearish to Tesla. I would like to see us get to like, I don't know if 170 seems a little brutal. See how like 215 does. Let's see what weekly R3 215 gives us. We get back down there and see what that kind of gives us. So I did want to look at AG and C real quick, and then we'll do a random indicator. Let's see. I color coded it. I still can't see it. Oh yeah, this is looking beautiful. Weekly starting to turn over really nice. Oh, we're at an order block right now. Weekly order block. Yeah, that's looking beautiful. AGNC is looking really good. I like that. Love that. I've been buying this like crazy the past couple months. We do have some bearish divergence on these higher time frames, so I would expect these to play out at some point. But outside of that, it's looking pretty darn good. I'm pretty bullish on it. Yeah, 2 hour, we can come down a little bit. Yeah, we're due for a bit of a pullback, but otherwise it's looking pretty darn good. I don't think we see 935, but maybe we get back to the pivot. The weekly pivot would be kind of nice to see. All right. So as we chop around with this little bit of price action, let's throw a random indicator on here, see what we get. So we're gonna start. We're just gonna do it with C for CPI, huh? See what we can find. Chop zone. Choppiness index. Ooh, that might be nice. CBD. See what that looks. So let's see. Let's take off juxtapose. Take off my indicators. Whoops. Chop zone. All right, so I was hoping it would say something like how it works. Let's see if we can identify it. See, we got a bunch of red right here, but maybe that means we're moving down. See if this says anything in it. Oh, it doesn't really have much of anything. Dang. Well, it's kind of buzz on that. Try this chop. See if this does anything. I'm gonna take the CBD off. That's kind of nice though. That new CBD thing. All right, let's see what we can do with this. Let's make this white so we can see it a little better. Upper band yellow. Middle band white. Lower band yellow. All right, this kind of reminds me of RSI, right? So we are going to take, let's see, 61, 38. So let's do 30. Anything under 30, we're going to long, right? And then since we're going to keep the same concept, we'll do anything above 60, we'll short, right? Give or take. Good enough, right? All right, let's switch the line over here. See if we get anything good off this. Okay, so it's telling us that this area right here we should long. We'll just put it like in the middle. Not the best. This one we could have shorted, we would have done really well on. That would have done well. Let's make it green. Let's make it red if it's not good. Maybe. And then green if it plays out well, right? And we'll just do a big group of them and see. So it's on the 2 hour though, because you know I love playing the 2 hour. So Let's see. That would have played out well too. So we can leave that green. Let's say it wanted us to long here. Ugh. That would have not done good. This one would have not done good either. Dang. Not the best indicator for us, right? Let's see. That would have done okay. That would have been okay. That one would have been all right. We'll make it green. Man, these shorts are paying, huh? This one's kind of tough. I don't know. 65 to 66. Yeah, we're gonna say that wouldn't play out well. Let's leave it red. This one it played out well either. This would have played out pretty nice though. Yeah. So I think that's pretty good. Got quite a bit here. Yeah, this one would have not. Let's just do this one real quick too. I remember this choppy price action. Ugh, that was a weekend, wasn't it? Yeah, Saturday. Yep. Oh man, that was the ugly price action. At least we're not having that right now, but boy, it does not look beautiful. All right, so let's see. We got one. We got 6 bad and 4 good ones. So not the best return on that one. Let's go to the 15 minutes, see if there's anything better on this. Ooh, 15-minute would have played probably a bit better, huh? We got the green right there. We're going to leave that one there. Actually, let me just move this over. This one would have not played out well. We just won't put it on the chart, huh? This short would have paid out pretty well, possibly. Guess depends how quick you got in. If you got in right when it showed. The long, well, it's like a short into a long, so we won't do the long because we would just say that we're still in the short. This would have paid out pretty well. That would have not. We won't put it on there. See, this would have paid out pretty well. This one, kinda. Squeeze a little bit off of it, but it would work. That one, no. And these, no. Could say we played off that right there. Would have done pretty well. This would have done really well. That would have been a nice play. Yeah, I think it works a bit better on the 15-minute. It's kind of nice, though. Not bad. Right now, Bitcoin's pulling back. It's not looking beautiful, man. Sad to see it. Sad to see it. Anyways, that is it. I hope you have a wonderful evening, a wonderful morning, or a wonderful afternoon, wherever you are. Take it easy. Peace.